Wow.
Fam.
Wow.
Ooh.
I wasn't ready.
No. And the thing was, as soon as he was in the middle of all of them, and he was looking like, and his eyes went dim, I was like, oh, he about to kill all of them. He about to kill them all.
No.
And I don't know what Zeke, I don't know what Zeke was thinking. Zeke is a fool for that. I don't know how in the world did you think that you didn't think that man was going to do that and not come get you. You stupid.
I mean, it was a good setup. It was a great setup. It's just he thought that this man Levi, would be remorseful,
be duty bound to not kill his own crew.
Yeah, but he said, "You thought
Come
I
on,
wouldn't
fam.
kill a Titan? Really?
Right. Just because they were in my own squad, fam. Hey, Zeke, I'm a whole pound, a whole entire pound. Me, a whole me, a whole entire, a whole me. I am a pound.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Deadly efficiency. And like whenever you get that dude mad, like I feel like he just gets more efficient. He just gets more proficient. I don't even understand that drink. Whew.
My man said, I will sun you. That dude said, short time no see, you filthy, reeking, ugly, some rich. I was like, yo.
And he was just dragging him by his hair.
Right.
Well, it's like, I don't know.
My man got frustrated too.
That was a good fight because honestly, like that was actually a really good plan. The problem is that I think what he thought that Aaron would get there in time before he'd had to do that trump card. Because if Aaron had been there and he had done that, I don't think that it would have been a situation. It would have been a whole different kind of situation because Zeke and Aaron and these Titans around, it would have been very hard for Levi to handle that on his own. I think he would have killed one of them, but
probably.
I don't think he would have been able to kill Aaron and Zeke, but that was crazy, bro. That was a lot. That was a whole lot.
And then the whole setup that Levi used to get in close to him. He basically sliced off branches of all kinds of trees, apparently at the same time, because they were all falling at the same time.
He's just that fast.
And then hide behind, position yourself behind one.
This man
was like, yo, he said, yo, that man is a real one. Like a real one.
Zeke was terrified. The moment he pulled apart that Titan and started throwing body parts at him, I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. I was like, well, this is desperation at this point. He's trying to survive. Man, if I was Levi, I would have just killed him, bro. At this point, it ain't even worth it at this point. Because honestly, we don't know what he's planning with that other chick. Because, she's going to be involved. And then, I guess we got to go ahead and discuss, like, the mind games that Aaron is playing with Armin and Mikasa.
Yeah. Jeez. Like,
it was brutal, man. Like, it was a brutal conversation.
Yeah.
Like, if that's all...
Yeah. I'm here trying to...
the title of this episode came from, then that's savage. That conversation was actually probably more savage than the fight scene we just saw.
It was.
Yo, I'm here right now. Like, come on, y'all. We got the internet. Just upload it. My God.
Yeah, it was like intellectual checkmate, man. Because he preyed on both of their weaknesses.
Yeah, he did.
Like in every way, shape, or form. Like I was kind of just like, this is malicious. Like, but it's kind of like I felt like he was doing that to prove a point that what he was doing, I still feel like what I said initially was that the whole goal here was to try to push them away. Like push them away from him so they can get out of harm's way. And I feel like that was why he did what he did, especially with Mikasa, because now she doesn't know if she's acting off her own volition, and she can't admit to herself whether or not she's doing this because of impulse or because she loves him. She already knows. We already know, but he made her question that.
Yeah, and that's what he wanted.
And then with Armin, he was like, oh, well, you're not even acting off your own volition either. Like you've been manipulated. And he know for a fact this man Armin is a genius. And when Armin was beat down, like he asked him the question, like, what are you really trying to do here? Like, I don't know what happens from this point, but I really feel like all that was a ruse. I really do.
You think so?
I do. I don't think he meant any of it. I think he's trying to push them away from him so that they don't get hurt or killed or worse in whatever he's gotten himself into. Because I think the thing that he said, if I'm not mistaken, was that I'm free no matter what did he say? Something along the lines of whatever direction I go, I'm free. Or something like that, right?
But then Armin hit him with the "you're a slave and your master sucks too," or something like that. And I'm assuming he was talking about Zeke. But yeah, the funny thing about it is that I agree with you about Aaron's position and what he's trying to do, but the way it all played out made it so believable. Because even if he is lying, which I think he is lying, the simple fact that when Armin got up and Mikasa stopped him, it just kind of played into his narrative. You know, now she's really questioning, like, wait, why did I just, like, if there was any folks that could ever truly go at it without the fear of like being hurt or whatever when they were kids, it's the three of them. So, you know, so the fact that she stopped Armin, like, I was like, damn, like if what he did is not true, if he was literally doing that to get them off the chessboard so they would be safe and they wouldn't suffer, they literally played into the narrative, and he sold it well. He sold it well because just him bringing up how he saved her and told her to fight, and the fact that it's when it sparked, I was like, yo, man, he's playing on all that stuff.
Yeah, and we had a conversation a long time ago, Ty, where I was kind of like, when it all came down to it, you know, if they had to make a choice whether to kill Aaron or not, who would be the person that couldn't do it? And I always said it was Mikasa, but it was never about, you know, her bloodline or anything like that. It's because she loved this man. Like, her instinct is to protect Aaron because she legit loves him. She has a life debt for him, but she loves him. And if what he's saying is true, then that'd be the same for Kenny and Levi, and it's not. So all that's shot out.
But I think if anybody can do it without hesitation, it's her, because I think it's for the reverse. I think, just like he said, you know, they have a headache because one mind is trying to conflict with the other and all that. I think that her being her instinct to protect him would battle with her love to take him out. Like, she would take him out so she would be the one to do it because she loves him. But that would conflict with her instinct to protect him. So it's actually very X-Men, you know, Last Stand, where Wolverine kills, you know, Phoenix. You know, he wants to be with her, but he knows that he has to take her out in order to stop the chaos that's happening. So I think if anybody would be able to do it, it would be her. You know, it would be a fight. It'll be an inner fight within herself, but she'd do it. I think she would do it.
Yeah. I don't know what was more savage, like the fight or the conversation. I think Ant might be right. Like, I think what what he did to them two was probably one of the most savage things intellectually and maliciously that verbally anybody said in the show in a while. Like he just assaulted his own friends emotionally.
Like pretty much all 4 seasons worth of their friendship, he just kind of like shot that. Like full of holes.
Straight full of holes.
Yeah.
But actually, I actually don't think the purpose of the episode is to really. I think the purpose is to have that discussion of which one was more savage. But at the end of the day, the title is Savagery. I don't think the conversation versus the battle with Levi and Zeke need to be had. I think it's just all savagery. I think it was here. Look, we giving you a little stuff. We gave you a little bounce around, not usually our style. We came back to our style, and here is another payoff. And Aaron going in with the savagery on his 2 closest friends, his ride or die people, the folks that went into this with him to have his back because they were lifelong friends. And then what Levi did and got it still got Zeke back after all that planning, after all that wine and all that stuff Zeke put together, and he still was like, yeah, nah, son, you ain't going nowhere. Like, and the savagery of what he was doing to try to take Zeke out, like the Titan that he had commanded to hold him, he literally ripped that thing apart to fling things at the dude, and it still did nothing. And it took him less time to take that dude out, because you remember when he first battled him, and he was doing the spin up around the arms and cutting them all up and everything. Oh, yeah. That dude threw about 6 rocket spikes in there and took him out quick, fast. Like he was not having it. And I was actually looking for Levi to do the same amount of damage just because he wanted to kill that dude. I was looking for him to do a chopper style all over that dude. But he was like, nope, back of the neck, we out. Like, you ain't getting away, bro, at all.
Yeah, and I wonder how many more transformations Zeke can do, because his days are almost numbered.
I thought he still had like 2 whole years.
Yeah, this is his last year right now.
Yeah, this is his last year, and I'm still on the theory that, especially based on what we've just seen with, I think they're setting us up for Gabby, because Aaron took Gabby to go to Zeke, but I really think somehow Falco's going to end up in there and end up getting that Beast Titan.
Man, at the end of the day, we know it's in his system. So I mean, it's in all of his systems, minus Hanji, and the rest of the Mikasa and the regular,
right?
Crew.
Yeah, right. Because the simple fact that he screamed so loud, just the faint sounds, had them have an electrical pulse go through, but they didn't change.
Yeah, it's bad. Like honestly, I feel like Levi should kill him, because if he gains consciousness and gets back to the main area, everybody will be turned. Yeah, like, at this point, he needs to kill him. But you got to think about it. How many people did Levi kill today? Because
30.
the whole
30. He said he had 30 armed soldiers in that area over the last month watching this dude. And I think he said they had him say that on purpose, so that you knew he was about to be surrounded by 30 of his own. And at the end of it, he still took them all out. But Zeke doesn't understand that. Zeke is thinking that he's honor bound, but Zeke seems to forget when Levi went after him the first time around, this dude was flailing rocks at the whole squad that was on horses that were charging. Now the thing is, when that was going on, Levi didn't change tack and try to go save them cats. He made sure he went after that dude and took him down. What made Zeke think that he would be any different this time around is stupid to me.
Yeah. Nah, the joint was dope. It was a great episode. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoy our review. I don't know when you guys will be able to see the episode, But,
yeah, we don't know when everybody will see
the
it.
whole thing.
We don't know when we're going to see the full one anyway, because it wasn't finished.
It sure wasn't. And then definite prayers going out to anybody affected. You know.
Yeah, definitely prayers going out to the people of Japan. You know, I think they said, did they say, I think we saw it was like a 4.6 or something like that on the news screen when they cut it short.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah.
But
prayers to them. Look, as much as we want our Attack on Titan, we want people to be safe. We're already dealing with a global pandemic. We definitely don't need to be losing folks by a natural disaster. You know, so prayers out to the people of Japan.
Yeah. So what we rate this episode, y'all?
Oof.
It was great.
Chitty, I'm gonna let you. Chitty, I'm gonna let you start. I'm gonna let you start because you look like you were ready.
Okay. Did we like out of 10?
Yeah.
And considering, I think we saw maybe about half the episode, right?
I don't even know. I don't know because
we did see half the episode because when Zeke turned everyone into Titans, they did that halfway break where they showed the bottle of wine and they were talking about the plan. So that's usually at the 15-minute mark. That's usually like the halfway point.
Right.
Yeah.
So we saw a little more than half, not much. I want to say there's maybe about 15 or so, not 15, 10 or so minutes left. 10 or 8 more minutes left.
Yeah, because I think it was right at the 16-minute mark is when I got something terrible might have happened at the end too, because I don't know if y'all saw it. There was something moving or something like that, or twitching on the ground. And I don't know what it was. I'm gonna pull it up really quick. This thing right here was twitching. Like it moved for a quick second. And I thought that
was just a body part of the Titan he ripped apart to throw at Levi.
I don't know.
I saw it, but I thought that's all it was. I kind of disregarded it. I was just like, well, that's probably a piece of the body parts he threw at that dude, but I could be wrong.
Filthy, reeking, ugly SOV.
Some rich. that was almost rock level type of heat right there.
Right.
It was.
I'm gonna give it at least an 8.5 because I really feel like the way it started, it has potential to kind of like. I see them kind of like possibly building, and then at the very end, it'll be like one more truly savage moment. Like we pretty much saw 3 savage moments technically. And they did it differently. Some of it was mental, some of it was physical, like crazy. So about an 8.5 and a possible 9 off of what might happen at the end of this thing.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a tentative 9 for the same reason. Because I'll be honest. The savagery of Eren on his best friends, that was 5. That was a straight 5. And then
by itself,
or 4, you could split it 4.5, 4, 5, whatever. But the 4.5, I'll call it 4.5. Eren disrespecting his friends like that for whatever purpose or reason. The fact that he did it, you know, mentally controlling or mentally putting doubt in Mikasa's head, and then beating up on Armin, that's a 4.5. And then Levi just giving no F's once the trap was set and still got out and still caught dude. That's definitely another 4.5. I'm giving it a tentative 9 because I feel, because it was 18 minutes, and I feel that those last 10 or 11 minutes or 10 or 12 minutes for 30 minutes, I think that's going to take it over the edge and make it a solid 10. You know, but for what I've seen so far, definite 9, definite tentative 9. And that's only 9 with a question mark, only because we haven't seen the whole episode. Because I know they're going to drop something before that to be continued. That's going to be reckless.
Yes, like a proper cliffhanger.
Yeah. for me, I'm grading this based on like how I would critique anything else and looking for flaws. I don't see any
Can't
flaws
find flaws.
in this
No,
episode.
there's no flaw.
None.
I don't
None.
see the fight sequence was amazing. The CGI in the fight sequence looked amazing. The dialogue was perfect. The setup was even better. I don't have any reason not to give it a 10 in progress. That's the way I'll put it. I must say this is a 10 in progress, because unless they do something dumb to downgrade it to a 9, this is a 10 in progress for me. I guess we'll be back at a part 2 of this at the last 10 minutes, but I don't know, man. This was amazing to me. Like I really don't have anything negative to say about it, and that's me reaching to try to look for anything. Because one of the things that I didn't even bring up in this conversation was that why did Aaron let Gabby stay there during that conversation? He could have told them to take her out of there and put her to another room and had that conversation with them himself. He intentionally had her in the room. Why? You feel me? Like, there's a reason.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I'm starting to feel like he wants to be viewed as the villain. We postulated on that a lot as far as this whole arc. It seems like he's kind of arcing towards maybe some kind of a villain, and it was almost a villainous thing to do, like to just break down your friends and to show it's just the his kind
dedication
of
to whatever he's doing,
right?
Like, because I mean, even Gabby's got to be confused because she just had a conversation with them, like, "Yo, y'all should be killing me right now. What kind of people are y'all?" And then and Aaron show up and be like, "Oh yeah, nah, y'all about to get Millie wild emotionally right now." And Gabby, you just gonna sit here and watch it.
You're right,
Gabby. Sit back and just watch this. I don't got nothing to say to you, but just watch this.
Part of
I feel like he was doing that to show her.
I'm sure there's another. I'm sure there is another. I'm sure there's a reason to it, but part of me even thinks that he could be feigning negligence to her, or just or feigning to make it seem like she's insignificant. But then what gets me is at the very end, he said, "Bring the kid that killed Sasha too," which to me means he's got, as much as he's trying to hide all this, he's still got a personal beef. Like he still had feelings because of Sasha's death. And that's why I agree with you, Sam, in terms of what he's saying to Armin and Mikasa being BS. Because if that was the case, he would have just said, bring the kid. He wouldn't have thought about just bring the kid that killed Sasha too. We all know she killed Sasha. He had to bring that up. So I think he's got his own. I think he's also dealing with some demons because of Mikasa, because of Sasha being killed.
Yeah, you know. And I mean, to be fair, if we go back to when he had the conversation with Rainer and just let Rainer live, when he was on the helicopter or the transport vehicle, and like he heard that Sasha died and he just acted emotionless, kind of. We know what he's battling on the inside, but it was almost like he was trying not to show his crew. And I feel like that's it. Like, for whatever the reason, he's still undercover.
Because we lost that hour.
I think he's still undercover. It's just not the undercover that we thought. I think that there's something else going on where he's trying to pose to be something else. And maybe it's to get to Zeke to eat him. I don't know. But there's a reason why he's doing this.
Right.
There's a real reason why he's doing this. But yeah, I don't got nothing else, y'all. So we'll be back next week.
I have no more to give.
I got to record a review for this Zack Snyder Justice League.
Can't wait.
That's I'm looking forward to that Snyder cut.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll definitely be watching that again. All right, guys, we're out.